Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Beat It by Kingston. And we're going to start out with kind of the cool little bass line that kind of starts all the way through the tune. And we're going to end up kind of capoing on first fret actually for this song. But we're going to start out on second fret on the D string, kind of play that twice. And then we're going to go to the A string on the second fret, and then the A string on the third fret. And then we're going to play second fret on the A, and then third fret on the A, and then open D. So we're going E, E, B, C, B, C, D is kind of the notes that are kind of backing up that lick. And you could kind of back those up with chords too, actually. The first note, the E that we're kind of playing, we could kind of back that and the B note up with the E minor chord. When we play E minor, first finger is going to go to the A string on the second fret, second finger on the D string on the second fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds like E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then when we get to that third fret on the A string, it's kind of a C note, and we can actually kind of back that up with the C chord. And then we play C major. First finger is going to go to the B string on the first fret, second finger on the D string on the second fret, and third finger on the A string on the third fret. And if you kind of strum all those together, that sounds like a C major chord. And then when we're kind of backtracking to that other second fret on the A string, we can kind of back that up with the E minor, and then go back to the C major. And then that open D string, we could kind of back that up with a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, second finger on the high E string on the second fret, and third finger on the B string on the third fret. And if you kind of strum just the D, G, B, and E, then that sounds a D major chord. So we could kind of back up that lick, that 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, oh, kind of with the chords by having E minor, 2, E minor, 2, 2, C, 2, 3, over D, E minor, E minor, E minor, C, E minor, C, D, E minor, E minor, E minor, C, E minor, C, D. Or another thought that kind of occurred to me actually is using something called power chords to kind of reinforce that lick, and this can be kind of cool too when you're covering it. So instead of the whole E minor chord, actually if you just play just the open E and the A string together, that's something called E5, and then what we're doing is playing the root and the fifth of the chord. So an E chord actually, if you counted up 5 notes from E, E, F, G, A, B, so we're playing an E and a B note actually at the same time. It's kind of that E5 power chord. And then for the second fret on the A string, you can kind of back that up with a B5 power chord by doing first finger on the A string, second fret, third finger on the D string on the fourth fret. And if you kind of strum the A and the D string together at the same time, we're kind of playing a B and an F sharp note. That's called B5. And then if you take that shape and kind of slide it over one fret, the third fret and fifth fret, that's something called a C5 power chord. And then that open D string is actually the same note as fifth fret on the A string. So you can kind of take that shape and slide it over 2 more frets to fifth and seventh frets. So now I got first finger on the A fifth, third finger on the D string on the seventh fret, and that's called a D5 power chord. So if you wanted to, you could kind of take those notes that we're doing, that E, E, B, C, B, C, D, and back it up with the power chords by going E5, E5, B5, C5, B5, C5, D5, E5, E5, B5, C5, B5, C5, D5. But a lot of times for myself, actually, especially if I'm going to try and add the voice to something, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the E minor and just tried that a lot to get used to it. We have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So one way to kind of cover the tune would be kind of starting out with that intro lick, kind of that 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, oh, or using the power chords, the E5, E5, B5, C5, B5, C5, B5, and then when it gets time to kind of throw in the voice, you might just want to go to the strum pattern. And if we tried just the E minor C with the strum pattern, we'd have E minor with the down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, up. Now for myself though, what sounds a little bit more like the recording is to kind of take the E minor and do the down, down, up, and then the up, and then hit the C with the down, up, and then kind of start the strum pattern over on the C with the down, down, up, and then hit the D major for the down, up, which actually I think is a little weird, but I think that could work really well. So you could have E minor with a down, down, up, C down, up, C down, up, D down, up, E minor down, down, up, C down, up, C down, down, up, D down, up, E minor down, down, up, C down, up, C down, down, up, D down, E minor down, down, up, C down, up, C down, down, up, D down, up, kind of work the tune. Now a lot of times with a song like this too, to make it more interesting, I'll add something called bass notes to the chord. And what I mean by that is on the E minor chord, you have the low E string for your bass, and you can kind of keep it down, up, down, up. So on the E minor, you got low E bass, down, up, down, E minor, low E bass, down, up, down. And then on the C chord, if you did the A string for your bass, that would kind of be the name of the chord, the C note that's kind of in the lick too. So one way to do it with the bass notes is kind of have E minor with a low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, E minor with a low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, E minor with a low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, E minor with a low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, Now if you're kind of digging on that E minor C and then the C D halving, you could kind of take the E minor to the bass, down, up, and then hit the C with the down, up, and then hit the C with the bass, down, up, and then hit the D with the down up again. So you can kind of take the bass notes and apply them that way. So you have E minor with a low E bass, down, up, C with a down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, D down, up, E minor with a low E bass, down, up, C down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, D down, up, E minor with a low E bass, down, up, C down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, D down, up, E minor with a low E bass, down, up, C with a down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, D down, And then there are a couple places in the tune actually where it's almost like a break, where you can kind of do an E minor with a down and kind of kill the strings with your hand. Or you may want to just kind of go back to that intro, like that 2, 2 through 2, 3, 2, 3, oh, to kind of work those breaks through the tune. Now there's also a cool little keyboard lick that ends up later on where you can kind of play the 2nd fret on the high E string, and if you do a hammer on the 3rd fret on the high E string, actually I'm kind of putting my finger down with enough force to get the sound to carry from 2nd to 3rd, and then you go back to 2nd fret on the high E, and then 3rd fret on the B string, and then open B, and then that lick kind of comes back, kind of doing that 2, 3, 2, 3, oh, and then we kind of play 2nd fret on the G string. So you got F sharp G, F sharp D, B, F sharp G, F sharp D, B, A. And what I think could be kind of cool is to kind of add some basses to that. And you can either do this hybrid picking or even just going just finger style, where you kind of use the pick to play the low notes for the chord that's going on, and then kind of add in that keyboard lick. So another option would, so if you wanted to, you could kind of throw in some bass notes to kind of back up that keyboard lick. So you could play 2nd fret on the high E and start it off with the low open E to kind of imply the E minor chord. So you have open and 2 together with the hammer on 2, and then 3 on the B, and then add 2nd fret on the A string for the open B, and then when you go to the 3rd fret on the A string for kind of your bass note, you could do the 1st fret on the B string at the same time, kind of 2 C notes, and then we could play the C note on the A string again, 3rd fret, and then 2nd fret on the high E string is a hammer on, and then the 2, and then 3 on the B, and then open B with 3 on the A to kind of back it up, kind of implying that C chord, and then going to that 2nd fret on the G string with the open D for the D chord. So you got open and 2 together, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 and open, 3 and 1, 3, oh, and 3 and then 3 and 2, 2, 3, 3 and open, 0 and 2, 0 and 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 and open, 3 and 1, 3 and 2, 3, 2, 3, 3 and open, 2 and open, or 2 and open. So you may want to kind of think about that too. Now the weird thing is, to play along with Sean Kingston, instead of starting on an E minor chord, he's actually starting on an F minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 1st fret, then now your E minor chord is really an F minor chord, your C major is really a D flat major chord, and then when we get to it, if we're using it, the D major is really an E flat major. But to take it from the very beginning, all the different ways we were talking, we could kind of start it off with that intro lick where we got that 2 on the D, 2 on the D, 2 on the A, 3 on the A, 2 on the A, 3 on the A, open D, 2 on the D, 2 on the D, 2 on the A, 3 on the A, 2 on the A, 3 on the A, open D. Or if you kind of dig on those power chords, you could kind of back it up with that E5, E5, B5, C5, B5, C5, B5, and I know we're kind of off 1 fret now, but kind of thinking still that E, B, C, D is kind of backing up that lick. Or if you wanted to, you could even just kind of work it as just a strum thing. Or you could back it up with the chords like we were talking, actually, that E minor, E minor, E minor, C, E minor, C, D, E minor, E minor, E minor, C, E minor, C, D, E minor, E minor, E minor, C, E minor, C, D, E minor, E minor, E minor, C, E minor, C, D. So we kind of dig on that too. Or we could try just the down, down, up, up, down, up through the E minor C progression, kind of the simplified version. So we have E minor with a down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, E minor, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, up. Or you could kind of try that halving thing where we have the down, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, down, up, D, down, D minor, down, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, down, up, D, down, D minor, down, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, down, up, D, down, D minor, down, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, down, up, D, down, up. Or you could kind of add in your bass notes, so we could do that with just the E minor C, where I had E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, up, down, C with an A bass, down, up, down, E minor with low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, Or you might be digging on kind of that bass with the halving chords, and then we have E minor with low E bass, down, up, C down, up, C with an A bass, down, up, D down, up, D minor with low E bass, down, up, C down, up, C with an A bass, down, D down, D minor with low E bass, down, C down, up, C with an A bass, down, D down, D minor with low E bass, down, C down, up, C with an A bass, down, D down, Or if you're kind of digging on those keyboard licks, that 2, 3, 2, 3, 0, 1, or kind of leaving out that, but the 2, 3, 2, 3, 0, 2. Or you could kind of try that with those bass notes we were talking about. So you'd have the 0, 2, 2, 3, 2 and open, 3 and 1, 3 and 2, 3, 2, 3, 3 and open, 0 and 2, 0 and 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 and open, 3 and 1, 3 and 2, 3, 2, 3, 3 and open, 0 and 2. So you can kind of work it that way too. And then there are a lot of breaks where you may just end up just kind of hitting that E minor and just kind of doing the down killer thing. But you can kind of take all those different parts and kind of design your own way of kind of playing through the song. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Beat It by Sean Kingston. So good luck!